You're not ungrateful. You're awake. This is the Dignity Room, a place that's always yours. Come in.
It's something between 11 p.m., around it, let's say. And you're finally in bed. The house is quiet and everyone else is asleep. And your brain will not switch off. There are so many things to do, so many things you have to watch for, you have to think about. Maybe, of course, there is a list because there is always a list. And let's say, maybe the form for the school. You have to sign on Tuesday, or the good coffee is running out, or your mother-in-law's birthday is coming up and someone needs to organize something. And that someone is most likely you. So yeah, let's continue with the dishwasher. Tablets are nearly gone. And one of the kids mentioned a thing about a friend that you should probably follow up with. And oh, yes, of course, the car is making that noise again. So you get it. I know. Because, yeah, most likely we all have that problem of this list. And nobody asked you to hold all of this. Nobody handed you a list and said, hey, you're in charge of remembering everything. And by the way, doing it also. You just are. You are the one who remembers. And here's the part that makes you feel a little crazy. So if you said any of this out loud, it would sound like nothing. I mean, oh yeah, I'm tired because I'm thinking about coffee and birthdays. Yeah, who would take that seriously? And let me tell you, yeah, when you talk to another woman, they will, but everyone else not. So you don't say it, and the list keeps running all day, every day, even at somewhere around 11 p.m. And it has a name, and maybe you heard that. It's called the mental load or the invisible load. And the reason it feels invisible is that it is to everyone except you. So the mental load is not the tasks, and it's not the unloading of the dishwasher or booking appointments or whatever. It's the remembering itself that the dishwasher needs unloaded, or that the noticing of the appointment from whomever needs to be booked. It's like the tracking of every moving part of an entire household and an entire family running constantly in the background of your mind, while there are other people in the household to too who can do it, but they don't. And I mean, I don't know how you feel about that, but for me, it feels like you're living alone, but you don't at the same time, what is a little bit, crazy. Um, and I mean, let's face it, right? Because anyone can unload the dishwasher once you ask them. But the exhausting part is being the person who noticed it needed doing, who remember to ask, who's keeping the list of all the things that need asking is like, ugh. And the remembering is the part that never switches off, because you have to think about all the time, and asking makes it worse. Sneak a little bit in how this happened, because you didn't apply for this job. Nobody of us did. So nobody interviewed you for chief remembering officer of the entire family. So no, you just ended up holding it. And it starts when we are little. So we get taught that we have to look for everyone, being nice, nurture the people around us, and forget about ourselves. And we do it without questioning it, because we want to be loved and accepted. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that. And when we rebel against that, it gets uncomfortable. For some more, for some less, but in most ways it gets uncomfortable. And so we learn it's safer when we fit in. And once you start, it compounds, because you become the person who knows. And the person who knows is, of course, the person everyone asks. So where are the kids' swimming things? And when's the dentist appointment? And what do we need from the shop? Blah, blah. And you, always you, are the one who is remembering and who is answering this question. And it's a trap that looks like competence, because every time you answer, you reinforce that you are the one who holds it. And you get a little better at it, and they get a little more used to not holding it. So that's a gap that quietly widens and widens and widens. And what I want also to be fair here, because this isn't an episode to blame your partner, okay? Or not entirely. Most partners aren't refusing to help. They do help when we ask. Yeah. But this is the whole problem, right? Because asking is itself a task. To ask, you first have to notice and remember and decide it's worth a conversation, which means you are still carrying the load. You are just added managing the helpers on top of it. And that's not a character flaw. It's a structure, and structures can be looked at. So why does nobody see this, or refuse to see it, let's say it this way? Because the load is invisible by design. Its whole nature is to not be seen. So when you do a visible task, so cook the dinner and clean the kitchen, someone might notice and maybe say thank you. But the load produces nothing visible. There's no moment where someone walks in and says, "Oh wow, you've been silently tracking 43 things all the week. Thank you." Okay, this will probably never happen. So the whole point of it is that things just don't fall apart. And when nothing falls apart, it looks like nothing is happening. So you are in an impossible position. The better you carry, the less anyone knows you are carrying anything at all. So here's what that cost you. It's like I mean, it's more, but I will tell you about 3 things. So first, there is no rest. And I guess you know that even when you're off, you're not off. On holiday, in the bath, lying in bed, the program is still running. You never get to fully put it down. And this drains a lot of energy. Second thing, there is no recognition. You're doing one of the biggest jobs for free in your household. And because it's invisible, you get no credit for it, which slowly makes you feel exhausted and depressed and unseen. And this is really, really terrible. And the third thing is, and this is the deep one, it eats your inner space. So the space where you would live, your own thoughts, your own wants, what you would like to do with a free hour. There's no room for it. And because the room is full of everyone else's logistics, you feel completely, like numb or empty. And maybe you remember a few episodes back when I said you'd lost access to your own wanting. This is a part, or maybe a big part of why it's hard to hear what you want when your mind is permanently occupied being everyone else's operating system. So let's look a little bit into it, what can help or maybe what doesn't. So trying harder to delegate individual tasks doesn't help. You've tried that maybe, and you ask him to do things and he does the things, and then next week you are right back to asking because you still own the list. You just rented out one item of it. So maybe you can try this one, and maybe this will shift a little bit. And it's something, you can continue, and you have also to have a conversation. So it's like you don't hand over tasks, so single tasks, you hand over whole categories of responsibility. And there's a difference between can you book the dentist, which keeps you as the manager and him as the helper, and you own the kids' health appointments now, all of them. The remembering, the booking, the tracking, it's off my list entirely. So the first one is a task. You are still holding it. The second one is a transfer of ownership. So the whole thing, the noticing, the remembering, the mental tab occupies, leaves your head and goes into his. And I want to be very clear here, because this is not a magic pill, or this is not something what will work completely at the first thing. So it will be messy at first because he will do it differently, because he is not you. And he maybe has never do this before, because of course you do it all the time. So for him it's new. So nobody is perfect at the first try, right? So he will do it differently, and he might do it worse for a while. And you will feel the almost unbearable pull to take it back, to just do it yourself, because it's faster, because you did it so many times that, of course you are good in it, okay? But he has to learn it, like our kids have to learn to walk and to take on their clothes and write something or read something. They have also to start somewhere. So he has to do this too. So don't pull it back, because that pull is the trap. Taking it back is how you ended up holding everything in the first place. And he will learn, oh, okay, when I do it very badly, then she will take it back. No. We let that happen. We don't let that happen. So, and here's the part that's just for you privately. You don't have to hand over everything today. Yeah? Start with one category, maybe a small one. So, yeah, that he can work into it. And also, of course, don't hand only one task, hand over the ownership. Because every category you genuinely hand over is a little space that opens back up inside you. So a little room where your own thoughts can move again. Your own wanting. Your own wanting can be heard again. Because you were never meant to be the whole family's memory. You are allowed to give some of it back and to keep the space it was taken up. And you can do exactly the same strategy with your kids too. I mean, of course, look at the age. It depends on the age of your kids, what they can do. But the older they get, also they can do tasks, and it's not selfish to do this, and you are not a bad mom when you do this. No, it's exactly the opposite, because your kids have to handle this when they move out, right? So it's better to teach them these things when they are in a safe environment of your home, than when they move out and they have no clue what to do. So I think it's a very good thing to teach them also the things, that they know what is what have to do, what they have to do when they move out. When 3 things stay with you today, then maybe it's like this one. So 1, the load is real and it has a name. It's not the tasks, it's the remembering. So the noticing, the tracking that never switches off. So maybe also you split something 50-50 or so, what also an absolute stupid thing, but hey, this is maybe another episode. And still, it's leaving you carrying the entire list in your head. So it's not your fault. You can switch this off. But it's not only the task. So this is the important thing here. It's not only the task, is the whole thing and the asking. 2, it's invisible by design. So the better you carry it, the less anyone sees it. Because nothing falling apart looks like nothing happening. So you end up exhausted and unseen. So that's not in your imagination, that's the structure, and you can break free from that. And 3, the fix isn't delegating tasks, it's transferring ownership. Hand over whole categories, the remembering included, not single jobs. You still manage. You resist the pull to take them back. Every category you truly let go is a little space that opens back up inside you. And this is what we want and where we can start. And also remember, this is not a quick fix. This will take a little bit of time, but it's definitely worth it to take these steps, to have this conversation, and of course also taking help or seeking for help when you need to is also a good thing, and it's also nothing you have to to shame yourself.
That's all for today. If you want to go a little deeper, I left you something in the show notes. A quiet first step in your own time. Thank you for being here. This was the Dignity Room, a place that's always yours.